Okay, everyone, good job in your discussion posts yesterday. To summarize what the class is thinking, and you guys are spot on, movie trailers should create interest or intrigue the audience, as some of you commented, by providing information about characters and the plot. Think the conflict or the character's goal or objective, one of you put, and a bit about the, maybe even a little bit about the climax. And it should do all this while not revealing too much or taking too long to do it, so that our interest is piqued but not satisfied. So this means that a trailer, what is not included is just as important as what is included. Anyways, you guys have the right idea. You need to include some of the conflict. You need to give background, major characters and relationships, and make sure you're not revealing too much. It's a trailer really does kind of follow it's like a miniature plot, but without the resolution, which of course is the thing we're waiting for the whole time when we go to watch the movie, and it doesn't even show up in the movie until the last few minutes, really. Anyways, that's all good and great. Today I want to dig a bit deeper on the actual nuts and bolts of a movie trailer and how it's actually put together. I want you to start looking at it like a mechanic now. Look at the mechanics of a movie trailer, and I've got an example here with the upcoming live-action Mulan movie, and so I'm going to play bits of it for you and then pause it and talk about it. Here we go. Take a look.
Do you know why the Phoenix?
Okay, now before we go any further, I want to point this out because this is something that we always take for granted. Establishing shot. Notice the wide angle. It's a big picture. We've got the grass in the foreground. We've got the full skyline, mountains in the background, and this house or estate here. An establishing shot. It only lasts a couple of seconds, but you'll see this in basically every trailer. Even if it's not at the very beginning, at some point they're going to have an establishing shot. So there you go, component of a trailer.
Why the Phoenix sits on the right hand of the Emperor.
Alright, we've got characters, and you guys talked about that, so we'll move on. But we go from a wide angle establishing shot to medium shot here, showing characters. Another establishing shot, but brief.
His protector. That she's both beautiful and strong.
Now I want to point something out here. Notice how many cuts there are. This is something that as amateurs, when we start making movies, we don't realize how many cuts and edits there are in a film. There's tons. So I want you, when you're making your film, I want you to get a little crazy and splice the schnookers out of it. All sorts of cuts. I want you to make more cuts than you think you probably need to. If when you go back and watch this again on your own, start counting how many cuts there are in this 2.5-minute trailer.
Your job is to bring honor to the family. Do you think you can do that?
It really stands out if you start saying cut every time they make a cut. Cut, 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 cut,
Their leader calls
cut.
himself Ori Khan.
And here we have the conflict introduced. Again, of course your trailer isn't going to be near as elaborate as this one. You're only making a 30 to 45 second trailer, but you can have the same components, and you can even mimic this kind of style. Especially if your trailer is going to be an epic, or an action adventure. It might not be. You could do comedy or romance or, drama. Anyways, let's watch a bit more.
No survivors. By edict of His Imperial Majesty, every family must contribute one man to fight.
Have you no son?
I am blessed with 2 daughters. I will fight.
Alright, and so anyways, we get these hints of the conflict, and I'm going to just fast forward a bit. We go through, we see other scenes, Mulan making some of her decisions and getting towards the climax. But as we get towards the end of the trailer, what we don't see, we see the lead up to the climax. But here we go. But there are key questions that aren't answered. Like how does she, win that battle? How do people respond when they learn her true identity, and so forth? As you're making your trailer, I want you to keep in mind, what questions are you not answering? There should be some that you can say, my trailer does not answer this question. Again, you can totally make it goofy, have some fun with it. Lots of cuts, make sure you got an establishing shot, and of course that you introduce characters, relationships, conflict, and you tease the climax, but again, leaving unanswered questions. I'm going to stop talking now because I think you've got plenty to work with here. Feel free to, again, to watch this trailer without me chatting and kind of just be thinking in your mind. You might notice other things too that I didn't bring up that are components of this trailer. And maybe watch some trailers to other upcoming movies, or even just look up on YouTube some trailers to some of your favorite films. As you watch, again, ask yourself what question or what information are they sharing with the audience to pique the audience's interest? What questions are they not answering to leave the audience in suspense so that everyone's going to want to come and watch this movie? And then, yeah, start thinking about what you might do for your movie trailer. You're totally going to have to improvise. You may not have a lot of performers in your house who can act out different parts. You can use dolls or action figurines or anything, even drawings or paper cutouts, whatever. We're going to just roll with it and just have some fun. Do the best you can. Anyways, that's your work for today. Feel free to post questions, ideas, observations in the class chat, or email me directly with any questions you have. That would be fine too. All right, thank you, class. I'll look forward to hearing some of your ideas.